Hello everyone, welcome back to my videos on the 13A visa. Okay, so this will be the final. This will be showing you how to go from the probationary 13A to the permanent 13A. And what they do is they have an amendment to the 13A probationary. A little harder to find the paperwork. I'm going to show you how. Just a few minor things are different as far as all the timing for starting it ahead of time, more than 60 days, 70 probably about preferred. Getting things ready ahead of time. You will not need the marriage certificate or the birth certificate, so you don't have to worry about those. They've got yours still from when you applied for the probationary. There is a letter very similar to the first one you did. The second thing that's different this time is they ask for a affidavit for cohabitation. It's something that they do here in the Philippines. Anyway, it's real simple. Affidavit to write out, or it can be done by a notary. They'll probably have standard forms just to fill your names in with. Real easy to do. And of course, the copies of the passport bio page and your 13A probationary stamp that's in there. And again, though, you will need to get a new NBI clearance, okay? They want to see if you've been good for this year, so they're going to want an updated one. And that's a little easier to do now because you go back on, you registered last year when you did this. Now you just go in and ask for a renewal. They have a little box you check for renewal. So they still have your information in there. You're still going to have to pay the same, and you're going to have to go down and pick it up. Okay? So now I'll go to the BI website, and I'll show you where to find this paperwork. A little harder to find, but I can show you where it's at and get you started. Okay? Okay, everybody, once again back here at Bureau of Immigration website. Okay, so finding the forms for the amendment to your probationary to permanent. Not a lot here to be found, but the forms are here. So you just got to go to forms. You've got application forms and you have checklists. So right here we'll start with the checklist. You come down, it's under immigrant visa. Click that one. And now you just have to look at these and you'll see this one here, conversion to permanent resident visa, probation of a Chinese, you see. And you have one here for South Korean. So don't let these mix you up. Okay? You just keep looking at these and you'll see here, amendment to permanent non-quota immigrant visa by marriage. This is the one you're looking for. And again, same type of rules for filling out the paperwork and the checklist for what you need, which is really the biggest thing that helps you. Joint letter requested addressed to the commissioner. This is very much like the first one you did. Okay, you're just going to change a little bit on it, and I'll show that in just a minute. The second one is the form, same form, and if you go right back, let me just go back out of here. If you go right back to forms, application forms, it's the very first one up here, and they state that in the checklist, the CGAF, and it's a consolidated general application form for immigrant visa. First one on here, you go to that, and then you can download it, or whoever you're going to have print this out for you. Takes a minute. Seems my computer's a little slow this morning. There it is. Same form as you did last time. And just up here, you're just going to have your current one, and that's 13A, immigrant visa, probationary. And then you're going to be asking for an amendment, probationary to permanent, just something like that, okay? And then the rest of it is all just a standard thing that you did on the last one, 2 pages, okay? So that's real easy. And then you can just go back to in the forms here, you can go back and get to your checklist, immigrant visa, again, amendment to permanent non-quota immigrant by marriage, okay? And there's that checklist. Now, if you look at this, you'll see the third item, joint affidavit of continuous cohabitation. You know, I could not find my letters for this amendment to put up as an example. But this is a fairly common thing here about continuous cohabitation because of their marriage laws here and stuff. So it's fairly common. This has to be notarized because it is an affidavit, okay? Where you're going to have that done, the notary, a lot of times that's a lawyer's office. They can do this for you, but it's really pretty simple. If you want to just word one out yourself, just title it Joint Affidavit of Cohabitation, and then you just go in and state, wife's name, Filipino citizen, and your name, in my case, American foreign national, affirm that we are husband and wife married on so-and-so date, and that we are living as husband and wife, cohabitation, since our marriage, our current address is, and then just have it witnessed and signed by the notary, and that's what they accept. Or they may have a standard form that will satisfy this, okay? So it's really not hard to get. It's really pretty easy, okay? So like I said, the joint requested letter is just going to be titled a little bit different, okay? And then you can see you just need your photocopies of your bio page and your stamp that you got for is your authorized stay, and that's going to be your probationary visa stamp that's in your passport. Again, you do need the NBI clearance. You need the new one, okay? A little easier to get. You just ask for a renewal, okay, when you go back on there because you probably registered the first time. The BI clearance, again, they do that, and you don't need a medical for this one either. So it's just items 1 through 5 again. Everything else is just the same, just like it was before, okay? And then on the joint letter, I just used my one from the first time, and you rewrite it, and you're requesting a amendment. Instead of requesting a non-quota immigrant visa, you are requesting an amendment to probationary, 13A probationary to 13A permanent. You just change the wording. That's all you got to do. And then just take off the list the birth certificate, take off the list the marriage certificate, and insert joint letter and cohabitation, affidavit of cohabitation. Just change that. Real simple, you're all set. Okay? So that's it. Okay, so there's the paperwork. The form is the same. The only thing different on that is going to be the checklist. Okay? So the checklist runs you right through it again. We'll get you through the whole process with no problem. All the other procedures are the same as you did for the probationary. Going in, you do the same thing. They review it. You pay the fees. Fees this time are going to be about $9,300. Okay, a little bit less. You'll get your dates on there for your interview again, and they'll have the completion estimated completion date of the process. So all of that's going to run the same. You go back in for another interview the same way, and then you wait. You find your name on the website under visa status, application status, and you go back and you get the stamp the same way you get the ACR card. Now the ACR card is good for 5 years, okay? So 5 years down the line, you get a new, you go in and just get a new ACR card, okay? The only other thing you do is you don't want to forget to be doing the annual report each year, the first of the year. Other than that, you're pretty well done. Now you're a permanent resident. It's a lot easier. As you see, you've been on the probationary for a year. So no more runs to immigration for a extension on a tourist visa anymore. Okay, so thanks for watching. Really appreciate. Hope my videos weren't too boring on this. I'm going to start working on some new things and maybe make it a little bit more entertaining. I hope you stick with me. All right, thanks everybody. Please subscribe, like, and share.